Google has just dropped Gemini 3.5, combining frontier intelligence with real-world action, and the benchmarks are absolutely crazy. Let's break down how exactly this model fares against the competition and how much it will actually cost you to run. Google recently held their big I/O event, and they simply did not hold back. They launched their 3.5 Flash model on the Gemini app and the AI mode, which is a huge update that pushes the boundaries of what these AI agents can do. What makes it really special are its agentic capabilities, which means it can pair with the top-level smart tools with the ability to actually take actions with them. It is not just about answering questions anymore. It is about getting things done automatically. To really understand what we are looking at, we have to look at the model card of the 3.5 Flash model, which has the official technical details of this model released by the Google DeepMind. The Flash variant is what most of us will be using in our daily projects because of its generous usage limits. The team behind the model, which is Google DeepMind, have heavily optimized this entire architecture of the previous Flash models to make it run incredibly fast without losing the clever greasing. This specific 3.5 Flash model is designed to be perfect middle ground between the high performance and low cost. It is lightweight enough so it has low latency, but it also has the reasoning foundations of the earlier 3 Flash models, so it is smart enough for complex logics as well. And it also has the native multimodal capability, so you can give it text, images, audios, videos with a context window of up to 1 million tokens. Give it few massive books, hours of video, or thousands of lines of code, and it will remember everything in a single prompt. And when it replies, it can generate long text output as well with a 64,000 token output, so it can write out entire essays, long scripts, or comprehensive reports in one go without getting interrupted in between. Looking at the official coding test, the model performs really high, which is 76% on the task where it has to act like a developer who is working on a terminal. This outperforms all the prior Gemini models, including the 3.1 Pro and also Claude Opus 4.7. Just GPT 5.5 is able to perform a little bit better than this Flash model, but you have to consider that this is just the Flash version, while GPT 5.5 is the actual frontier thinking model of the OpenAI. So when the Pro version of this 3.5 comes, we can easily expect it to surpass all of these. It also performed remarkably well on this HWE benchmark, which gives the AI real-world software bugs in the open source codes and asks it to write the code to completely fix all of the issues on its own. Here also it is beating the prior Gemini models, performing at par with the GPT 5.5, but Claude Opus 4.7 is performing much better. So we can say that on this benchmark it is at par with most of the other frontier AI models that are currently there. For people using complex workflows, it is scoring 84% in the test, which measures how well it is able to perform in multi-step workflows using external tools through Model Context Protocol and APIs without messing up the process sequence. And on this benchmark, it is beating all the other frontier AI models easily. They even tested its capability to check whether it can control a computer interface like a human would, like clicking buttons and moving the files, and it passed those tests with flying colors, beating many older AI models and performing at par with GPT 5.5 as well. Then on Charkive reasoning also it is scoring 84%, which is best among all the other AI models, so it can easily handle heavy data with complex charts as well. Even on the humanities last exam, where we throw the hardest academic questions at the AI, it scored 40%, which might sound low for a human being, but in the AI world, solving these complex questions at the rate at which Flash model operates really shows serious deep logic capabilities. On the safety front, they ran strict evaluation criteria to make sure it doesn't report some bad content, and the negative number here means that this new model is making far less mistakes than the earlier version of Gemini Flash. Google has a massive safety framework to assess whether their most powerful tools don't accidentally create something dangerous, and they have put their 3.5 Flash model through this entire rigorous testing phase. And the good news is that while it is very good at coding and daily tasks, it didn't cross any of the thresholds of the critical capability levels, meaning there are no cyber threats, and it is completely safe for the public to use and build with. And the best part is that it isn't locked under a closed beta. They push this out everywhere to the billions of people globally, meaning you can directly access them into the standard apps like Gemini app and AI mode, and most importantly through their development platforms like Google Antigravity and Gemini API as well. And if you are an enterprise, you can directly use it in the Gemini Enterprise Agent platform and the Gemini Enterprise tool as well. And if you're building applications, speed is everything, and this Flash model is 4 times faster than the other frontier AI models, so it can spit out answers that absolutely crushes the older competition, meaning your apps will feel incredibly responsive when using this Gemini Flash as their API. And if you look at the index of the artificial analysis intelligence, it is ending up at the top right quadrant, which means that it has high intelligence as well as a fast output tokens generation speed, so it can maintain top tier brain power while also being lightning fast. This brings us to the biggest feature, which is long horizon agentic tasks, where you can give the AI a massive plan that may take hours to generate, and it will break it down into smaller steps and work through them completely without losing the final goal. It doesn't just work alone either. The model can actually create the collaborative sub-agents by itself, which you can think of as a specialized copies of the same model working on different parts of problem at same time, much like a manager handing out tasks to the team. For example, you can give it a task to automatically rename and categorize the different assets, having a massive folder of multiple files, images, and documents documents and just ask it to organize into the subfolder by product, and it will look at every single file, figure out what it is, rename them properly and organize them into correct folders as well. And because it can understand visuals so well, it can even write the code to build visual and interactive animations for a research paper that you have, and it will build those interfaces right into your browser based on the raw data that you are feeding. So you can directly play with these animations and create interactive dashboards for your research paper. So how much all of this power costs? If you go to the developer API page of this new model, they make it very clear that you can directly use it for free to start experimenting and building your projects, but with daily limits that are actually quite generous for any of our daily use cases. And once you build an app and it gets famous and you need to serve thousands of people, you can easily switch to their paid tier, which has higher rate limits for higher volumes as well, with faster response times and removing the daily restrictions so your app never crashes. Even in the paid tier, it just costs $1.5 per 1 million tokens, which is a massive amount of text or code that you can process for incredibly cheap. But getting answers back from that API is actually a bit expensive, sitting at $9 per million tokens. This includes the extra processing power it uses when you turn on the deep thinking mode that I mentioned earlier. And if you're sending some giant PDFs or entire code bases, you can store them all in the API with 15 cents cost, which will drastically drop your bill. The pricing page also reveals that they have the Gemini deep research agents as well, so you can call a specific deep research agent through the API that will automatically go out and study a complete topic for you. When you're using these advanced agents, you just pay the standard token price that is already there in the existing structure, plus any specific cost for using the tools like URL context, which reads the data from the internet searches. Now for the live demo, I'm going to be using this new model in the Google Antigravity, which is completely free of cost right now. If you don't have it installed, just go to antigravity.google/download, and from here you can download the installer according to your platform. And once you have Antigravity installed, you will see this kind of screen. You can open any working directory in your PC by clicking on open folder and creating a new folder. Let's say if I create a folder called bot game and just select this as my working directory. Now the AI agent inside the Antigravity will be loaded inside this folder. So everything you want it to create will be created in this folder only. And here in the model list, you will see that the 3.5 Flash model is already available. So here I'm going to be testing its multi-agent capability that we had just talked about, that it can spawn multiple sub-agents on a particular task that we are requiring. So here I'm going to give it this prompt where I'm asking it to act like an agent manager and to orchestrate 3 separate sub-agents running in parallel using the integrated 3.5 Flash model. I'm asking it to create a dark mode neon pong game in a single self-contained HTML file. Then I've listed down some design elements for it and finally asking it to combine everything into a single HTML file. And it should keep the code clean, there should not be any bloated architecture, and ensure that the game is immediately runnable directly from the file system. I'll be putting this full prompt in the readme file and GitHub link in description and pinned comments as well, so you can also test the model on some similar tasks. So once you paste the prompt, just ensure that 3.5 Flash model is selected and press submit. Now it has made the implementation plan for the full neon pong game. It has listed down the 3 parallel sub-agents which will do UI UX, the core physics and the game loop, and for the second player an AI controller, some visual effects and the audio synthesis. Then it has given the full implementation plan in detail, so I'll just say OK so it can proceed with the implementation plan and build the HTML file. So now it has generated the full index.html file. It just took some 5 minutes. Now let's see what game it has actually built. So I'll just open this index.html file in my Chrome browser and I see that the neon theme is correctly captured. It has given some different difficulty levels as well. So let's just select hard and launch the game. So I can control my bar using WASD keys. It has also given on bottom that this is the move controls. Either I can use WS or up and down arrows. I can see that when the ball is getting hit, it's getting some animations as well, which is really nice. And let's see if I am able to beat the computer or not. Yeah, it is actually at hard difficulty level. It is really hard to beat the computer here. And yeah, it is just keep beating me. So now as I have conceded 7 goals, it is just saying that the system has defeated you. The computer overcame your systems on hard tier, reset and try again. So I can again go to the main menu, select some other difficulty and launch the game again. So this is really brilliant considering that it is built on a single HTML file that you can directly send to anyone that you like. There are no dependencies, there are no external dependencies or libraries or CSS or JavaScripts at all. So you can build any kind of applications like this using the sub-agents feature, and the Gemini 3.5 Flash will build your applications in just minutes. So this is a complete deep dive breakdown of what Gemini 3.5 Flash brings to the table. We covered everything from the benchmark scores to developer pricing and to actually test it using the Google Antigravity. And keep in mind that this is just a start. Gemini 3.5 Flash is also coming next month, which is confirmed from the Google DeepMind team. So stay tuned for more frontier intelligence released by the Google team. So this is what I had for today. All the readme file having the exact prompt that I have used today will be in the GitHub link in description and pinned comments. Drop a comment if you have some more suggestions for me for more AI projects, and follow the channel for more such AI builds, updates and workflows.